Welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about my 1959 Edsel Ranger, dubiously named Ellie. I found Ellie on Facebook Marketplace in June of 2020. I sent the link over to my buddy Mike, and he comes back and goes, you've been wanting an Edsel for a really long time. I have the truck and the trailer hooked up, and the trailer's empty. So off to West Allis, Wisconsin we went. Met in a Home Depot parking lot. The car barely could get out of its own way. Decided I'd make the commitment. Luckily, we got it up on the trailer, brought it home. Had a 390 in it. That motor puked out about August of 2020. Replaced it with another 390 and had a bunch of problems with that one. And my buddies and I, we all started talking, I wanted to drive this thing all the time in the summer. So that's when we decided that we were going to do a 4.6 swap from a Crown Vic. With that decision made, off to Facebook Marketplace, I went to find a 04 Crown Vic, drug that home, and began pulling the motor and transmission out of that. After that was out, got everything prepped and figured out for what we were going to do as far as getting it into the Edsel. Had thought about doing a frame swap, but the track width was so different between the Edsel and the Crown Vic that I just didn't want to do that. So now came the task of figuring out exactly how we were going to get this into the car. And there's other people that have done it, and I took some of their thoughts and ideas and used it here, but a lot of it is different compared to what other people have done. The one thing that is different is I was able to retain the factory steering box, where other people, they put their own in, or they fabricated some other way to make it work. I grafted in the wiring harness from the Crown Vic. So everything from the ignition switch forward that runs the ignition is all Crown Vic wiring harness. I sent the computer out, had the emissions and everything else I didn't need out of it removed, and had the system changed from a returnless style fuel system to a return style. I wanted to do my best to make it look like it would have come from the factory. So I unpinned all the wiring I didn't need from that Crown Vic wiring harness. I laid it down in there how I wanted it, split the harness in half, and made it the exact length that I needed to get everything to fit where I wanted it. The computer is mounted to the firewall, comes in behind the back of the engine, and it winds up just underneath the heater box inside the car. In keeping the Crown Vic harness under the hood, I was able to retain the power distribution center with all the fuses that I needed, and I was able to add some circuits as well to the car that I wanted. With some slight modification, I was also able to retain the original electric fan for the radiator from the Crown Vic. That's all attached to my radiator, works as it should with the computer controlling everything. To be very honest, I regret nothing of this swap, and the fact that I get 25 miles to the gallon is absolutely phenomenal. Now we're going to jump over to a video showing the first start with the 4.6 and the ignition keys.
Alright, we're going to test fire this with the key. Success!
For me, being able to do this 4.6 swap and it worked right out of the gate was kind of a come full circle for me. When I was in my 20s, I wanted to install a 4-liter into my 86 Ranger that originally had a 2.9, and I kind of weaned out because I was scared of the wiring. Well, for my job, I do wiring all the time at work. That's what I do, build control panels and fix computers and all that jazz. So to come full circle and be like, all right, I'm going to do this and get it done was a great feeling of accomplishment. I have had zero problems with this car since the build as far as the engine and drivetrain goes. It has been fantastic. We drive this car everywhere all summer long, and since it's been done back in the spring of 2021, I bet you there's at least 50,000 miles that we have put on this thing. It's gone to 3 international Edsel Club rallies. It's been to one in Ohio, it's been to one in Illinois, and then this last summer we went to Tennessee. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out our content, and we hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We can't do any of this without you, and we hope to have more revival videos coming for you real soon. And with that, we leave you with an Edsel Burnout parting gift.